If you guys are looking for the perfect area in Carlsbad to buy a home, we might be standing in it right now. Now, a lot of people looking online know about, the La Costas, the Aviaras, the Calavera Hills, downtown Carlsbad, but a lot of people don't know about this area where we're standing right now. Not only is it like 5 minutes from the 5 freeway, so you have super easy access to get north and south. You have this anchor where we're standing right now in this park. We're gonna tell you all about it. We're at Poinsettia Park right now. And then you also have beaches. A lot of people moving to San Diego for the beaches. Those are a super quick shot, like 5 minutes, I'm saying, for some of the best beaches in all of North County. So let's jump into it and figure out if this could be the perfect neighborhood for you. Now in this video, we're gonna cover 3 distinct neighborhoods right here in this area of Carlsbad. We're gonna cover 3 distinct price points. So just stay tuned for all those. We're gonna get into the amenities right out here, where you're gonna be shopping, where you're gonna be eating, and we're gonna show you some of the best beaches that you have super easy access to right here.
Before we show you the neighborhood that's walkable, literally right over Chris's shoulder here, this park is one of the top in Carlsbad. Carlsbad is really well known for having great parks, but Poinsettia Community Park is definitely one of the top on the list. I mean, it's literally 9:30 on a Friday and it is super crowded here. Not behind us, but all behind Chris. Down here, you got kids playing on the playground. You've got the dog park is filled with folks and their dogs. The tennis courts are packed. The pickleball courts are always packed. And there are also just a ton of other amenities here. So we don't live in this neighborhood, but if we did, we'd be here even more than we are. And we're already here a lot. So Chris and I play softball in this field behind us every Thursday night. So we're out here a ton. My son plays baseball in the lower field and soccer on the field over here. So we spend a lot of time here at Poinsettia Community Park and don't even live in the neighborhood. So a ton of amenities. There's a full-size baseball field here where you have like high schools playing, and you got a couple other fields. The main soccer field over here is being returfed right now. So it's gonna be a big, brand new, beautiful soccer field. And on some days, especially Friday nights, it is packed with Friday Night Lights, which is flag football. And then on the weekends, those fields will be covered in soccer too. So this park is one of the best and definitely a huge amenity for if you're living here in Carlsbad.
All right, neighborhood 1 is gonna be the most expensive on the list today, but stay tuned if you want a little bit more affordable, because we're definitely gonna hit those 2. And we'll show you on the map. This is directly next to Poinsettia Park where we just were. And this is like a track neighborhood. Now, all these little neighborhoods have their own little name, but this area is a bunch of similar construction. This particular one was like built in the late 90s, 1998 or so, and it's bigger homes. So you're looking at like 3,000 square foot plus, where you have, depending on where you are. So we helped some clients and some families move in here over the past few years, and one of them got like a corner lot. So it had this beautiful big backyard. It was all built out, had like the nice fireplace back there. It was awesome. Some of the other ones, you get a little bit less space if you're on a hill or whatever. So just depends on where you are in here, but starting price points are like $2 million in here. And like I said, it is, walkable to the park. It is, I mean, if you wanted to maybe e-bike down to the beach, it's easily e-bikeable. And if you are on the west side of the street, so that's behind me right here, you get some nice views of the ocean, because obviously it's kind of like tiered, it kind of goes up a little bit. So you have some killer views down there. But all in all, track neighborhood, beautiful homes. They're all gonna depend on, when's the last time they were remodeled. That's gonna, condition's gonna come into a lot of pricing, but there's some that are original, some that have been decked out, some that might be been remodeled in that middle time frame. So you're gonna find a lot of different ones. We were just driving in and they're doing a full gut job remodel on the next street over. So you'll see some of that as well. And then like I said, don't get caught up too much on the names in this area, because you're gonna find a lot of the same. Now, if you go a little bit further inland, not inland, let's say the next neighborhood over, you're looking at bigger homes over there. If you go right behind these homes over where we're looking at, a little bit smaller, older homes. And then if you go on the other side, a bunch more kind of like we're looking at right now. So a lot of options up here. And like I said, one of the best locations you get in Carlsbad for this price point. Now, it's not all pros here. There is Palomar Airport, which just got some, actually follow us on Instagram, Livin in San Diego. And we just made a post. They just got a few more commercial flights, not too many, but 2 a day. But nonetheless, this is within the flight path. So the further you go towards the north, the more on the flight path you're gonna go. But we were just here in planes, it just took off now. Oh, here it comes. You can't see it in the background, but it's there. These are just like little prop planes, but you get a few bigger, you get some commercial liners coming in, not the big ones, kind of like mid-size, smaller planes, like 70 or 90 seat or something like that. But yeah, it is one thing through a lot of areas of Carlsbad they're gonna see. And I'm assuming they just added the San Francisco route, they added Denver, they recently added Phoenix. I'm expecting there's probably gonna be more. So that's just gonna add to a little bit of that noise. So once you're out here exploring, come out here, go outside, stand in the front. Some people care, some don't. Like I said, it just really depends on your noise tolerance and, you know, if you care. Obviously, a lot of people do live here. You kind of get used to it. This isn't the only area that has it too in Carlsbad. There's a lot of other ones. Now, there is one neighborhood that we were gonna show you. It's on the west side of the 5, but we picked a different neighborhood, kind of in that middle price point. But there is one west of the 5. Now, it's similar price points to here. It's a little bit more. It's like the next tier up, probably like 2.4-ish range, 2.5 range, but you're literally like not on the beach, but you're like right across from the beach. It's called San Pacifico, a few trails, and it's a little bit more like, while this is an HOA, you don't have really those HOA amenities. When you go over there, you have the pool, the tennis courts, that kind of thing. So you have a little bit more standard HOA stuff over there, and you are close to the beach. So if you want that as well, that's another option. It's an awesome little neighborhood right by another place where we're gonna show you a little shopping center. So super easy access to the beach, shopping center, the 5, all that's right there. But if you guys are thinking about moving to Carlsbad, there's a lot of different neighborhoods, not just a specific one. But if you wanna dive in a little bit more, I'm Chris Erickson, and we have a real estate crew. Cassidy Lewis is behind the camera right here, and we're real estate agents. So we could dive in, help you figure out which neighborhoods might be perfect for you. But let's go check out the next spot. On the way out of this neighborhood, we actually ran into our clients who bought here a few years ago. And you know, so asking how they like it, all that kind of stuff. They're like, well, it's kind of all the stuff that we're bringing up in this video. Well, it's perfect. They bring their kid to the park. They're down there all the time. It's close enough for him to go to the beach, enjoy beach volleyball down there. It's good distance between Carlsbad and Encinitas. So if you need to go Carlsbad Village, downtown, that whole area with all the restaurants and bars and all shops and all that, or like Leucadia and Encinitas just to the south, all that is right there. So they confirmed a lot of stuff that we're letting you know in this video, but let's go check out the beach and see what that's all about.
So this is important if you have kids. The schools and the school district here in these neighborhoods, the neighborhood we just showed you, Pac Rim, Pacific Rim, is just around the corner, right on the right, kind of between the two neighborhoods we're gonna show you. So great elementary school option. You feed into Aviar Oaks from this neighborhood, which is the middle school, and then Carlsbad High School is your high school option. So a lot of people moving to Carlsbad are moving here because of the school district or because the school district has a lot of really good schools in it. So definitely a huge positive, a huge bonus of moving to this area.
Now, if you're moving to San Diego and the beach is one of your top priorities, where we just showed you a few of these neighborhoods, can't really beat it. Like, it is super quick shot down here. Now, from those neighborhoods, you're like Poinsettia is like the main road. That's like the freeway entrance too. That's gonna lead you right into the campgrounds. So there's not parking right there. There's an awesome spot called the Camp Store. Like, this is where like an e-bike would come in huge in this little area. You could shoot straight down there, and they have like live music, they have pizza, they have beer. It's one of the only beachfront spots that, I mean, it's one of my, like, I love it. I've been a handful of times. Me and Cassie were filming there last time we were in this Linnell Hood. But from there, if you want to go to the beaches, you go north or south, right? Coast Highway. Right to the south is one of my favorite beaches. It's Ponto. And it's great for kids. I got 2 little guys. They have bathrooms there. They have plenty of beach. They have plenty of parking, which is super huge if you're trucking down all your stuff down to the beach. So now you're gonna wanna get an adventure pass, I think it's called, something like that, where you get access to these parking lots. If not, it's like 15, maybe 20 bucks. I don't know, it's changed over these last few years per day. Other than that, get your adventure pass and you have this access, you have some of the Cardiff beaches, etc. So you have some of that. Now, it's not always this gorgeous. Today is unbelievably gorgeous, about 70 degrees. So it's not even too packed. Even on the weekends, yeah, the Coast Highway, there's parking here, that's gonna get a little packed. All these, it's the beaches, right? Especially if it's nice out, you're gonna get a little bit of busyness. But some of these too, one thing to keep in note, like, it's a lot of beach rock. So they're actually expanding part of the train tracks over here, and they're taking a lot of that sand and gonna push it down to Ponto. So that beach is gonna get a little bit bigger. They're dredging it and throwing it over there. So that'll get a little bit better, but that's one of the cons about this beach, a lot of beach rock. So obviously not too comfortable to sit on, all that kind of stuff. But some of these neighborhoods, best bang for your buck. If you are looking for like super coastal, you want a quick little shot down to somewhere where we're at right now. It's awesome today.
The next price point we're going to show you is right where we're at right now. We're in Las Playas, which is a townhome community here in Carlsbad, but it's not just this community. There are a bunch of other ones. There is Altamira, 1, 2, 6, I don't know, there's a lot of them over there. There's Harbor Point, which is detached condo, so a little bit higher price point, but you're looking at right around just under $1 million, a little bit over $1 million for a lot of these townhomes in here. And so there are some options kind of in that affordable area of Carlsbad, and we're still only 5 minutes to the beach. So, and even closer to the freeway than we were on the last one. So if you're looking to commute, so this is a great option if you're kind of looking for something a little bit more affordable in Carlsbad. And so most of these condo communities or townhome communities in this area were built kind of in that late 80s timeframe. And let me pull up our app real quick and give you kind of just the rundown of one of the properties that recently sold in here. Not much on the market in here now that's active, but looking at a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just shy of 1,300 square feet for $960,000. So it's gone up a little bit since this one sold, but that's kind of the wheelhouse. If you're looking at the detached condos, it's going to be a little bit more. All of these have garages. Most of them have a little patio, right? Like, so a little mini backyard between the garage and the home. So really cool floor plans, and just a good spot if you're looking for that kind of entry level in Carlsbad. So one of the other big positives of these communities is they are a little bit older. So you have a lot more green space. So they left kind of everything a little bit more open, basketball courts, pools, but just way more green, way more open than a lot of communities that are a little bit newer. Like I think of Rancho Tesoro and San Marcos, where everything is just concrete and tight together. This is a little bit more open and just has that better feel. It's not all good though. So we mentioned the plane noise earlier. You're going to get a little bit of that here, but also this one's a little protected from it because it's a little further back from the 5 freeway. But Altamira, Harbor Point, there's houses that are literally right on the freeway. There's a big wall, but they're literally right on the freeway. I sold a house a few years back. There was probably 8 houses off the freeway, but it was still pretty noisy when you open doors and windows. So if you are noise intolerant, it's definitely something to think about. Like, these are a good fit because we can't hear the freeway here, but as soon as you get a little bit closer, you can hear it pretty well.
Now we are in probably my favorite neighborhood of the group today. One of the biggest reasons is it's got some character up here. Now, these are like tract homes, but since they were built in the late 70s, you'll see a lot of diversity in houses where, you know, you have some of the OG houses that 1978, that's what it's gonna get you. Then you have some where people might have remodeled it somewhere in the 90s. And then you have brand new houses, like even when we're cruising in, there's a lot of work going on, a lot of people remodeling their houses and stuff. So we know somebody right up the road who's doing like a full gut job remodel. So there's that up here too, but I just like the character. Like, you know, we had the tract neighborhoods first, bigger houses. We had the condos, obviously not too much character in here. Here you get a little bit of that. And we'll bring up on a map where we are. It's a little area called Spinnaker Hill, and you're not gonna like find it on Google Maps or anything like that. So we'll give you an idea where it is, but you're still within that Poinsettia area. You're down by the beaches, you're down by the freeway, everything else that all the other neighborhoods that we mentioned. Now you're a little bit further from the airport, so we could see the planes flying, but you can't really hear them all that much. And since it was built, you know, it's not these brand new homes, you're gonna find a little bit bigger lots, a little bit, you know, bigger yards, a little bit more space in here. And another benefit, there's no, like, Poinsettia is the main road right out here, but all these are just like little, this one goes to a cul-de-sac, well, cul-de-sac that way, this one wraps around. So you're not gonna find too much traffic outside of the neighborhood kind of cutting through here, which is really nice. So anyways, like I said, probably my favorite on the list. Starting price points, you're looking at 1.5, 1.6. And when you think about location wise and where you are, you're like, I mean, that's pretty good deal, I would say, for living this close to the coast right here in Carlsbad.
So if you're living in these neighborhoods, where am I gonna go get groceries? Where am I gonna go get my Starbucks? Where am I gonna have a quick meal? This is one of the main spots. We're right off Poinsettia in one of the main centers. You've got a grocery store right behind us. You've got Starbucks for that early morning coffee. You've got little Chinese spot, you've got a taco spot, you've got Pelly's, which is one of our favorites. We've been going there for years. They have a little fish shop, but also have a restaurant there where you can get fresh food. It is packed today. There are a lot of people maybe getting a little Jersey Mike's too, but also getting Pelly's. Really good clam chowder, just really good fresh fish. So definitely a spot to check out. And then from here also, it's pretty easy. We just went to lunch with a buddy of ours down in Cardiff. It's only like 15 minutes away, right on the ocean. It was beautiful. Leucadia is not that far. And if you go up to the north, just one exit from here on the 5 freeway, you have Costco. You've got the company stores, so Outlet Mall, and a bunch of restaurants kind of in that Islands, BJ's, King's Fisher, or King's whatever it is, King's Fish something or other. A cool spot to hit up. So there's a ton of amenities all around you in this area. So we showed you a few different price points today. That condo option, that 1.5 single family house, and kind of one of the higher end areas of this neighborhood as well. But if one of these spots is not for you, or maybe it is, definitely hit us up if it is. Let's jump on a call and chat about it. But if you are maybe looking for a different neighborhood, maybe you need a little bit more space for that 1.5 or 1.6, we know the neighborhoods around here and we've got your back. Let's jump on a Zoom and let's chat about your move out here to San Diego.